So illicit trade within the fashion industry is in focus at the proudly South African Buy Local Summit and Exhibition in Sandton, Johannesburg. Those within the sector took to the streets today, slamming the crime, saying that they, of course, create jobs. Business reporter Nazo has the details.
Fashion industry players attending the 13th edition of Proudly South African's Buy Local Summit and Exhibition marched the streets of Sandton against illicit trade that they say impacts business growth and job creation.
Illicit trading is the reason why our factories around the country are closed. And so we thought, over and above everything else to do with the annual Summit and Expo, let's put in a discussion, a panel discussion that looks into the clothing, textile, footwear, leather industry, which is a labor-intensive industry, which is an industry that is important for our economy.
As local designers, we get affected because now these people are importing products that we can manufacture from South Africa.
We've been crying to our government to please open those closed factories because local people have created jobs and people are losing their jobs.
Also on the agenda on day one of the summit was procurement and making it easier for small and medium-sized businesses to scale.
We deal with entrepreneurs and stats, the financials, etc. But really, in terms of manufacturing, what's great is the entrepreneur that understands their processes, understands everything about the business, because we often say we back the jockey, and that's the starting point. Then why do we look at financials and things like that? It creates a bit of a forecast for us, understanding what's in the future.
All stakeholders, government, the private sector, labor unions and the South African public have a role to play in fast-tracking localization. That's according to Proudly South African. Proudly South African also announced its website that will launch on the 1st of April, making it more seamless for consumers to get their hands on locally produced products. Delegates will be back for day 2 of the summit to further unpack the obstacles but also the opportunities to fast-tracking localization. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Nazo in Johannesburg.